Hello everybody, today we're going to be looking at one of the standout builds of the hard mode servers, the Power Surge. So we're going to be going through the weapons, the armor, the mods, the cradle. We're going to show you some dummy weapon damage. Unfortunately, I can't show you any pro mode boss damage because we are on a hard mode server and we're only in phase 2. So we don't even have hard yet, but what I'll do, I'll just put some footage of the hardest silo just so you can see how easily you can run through and just decimate everything with this build. So before we start, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's supported the videos. We are now a YouTube partner, which is absolutely crazy. I never thought I'd be here so soon, but just, yeah, thank you for everyone who watches, likes, comments. It means a lot. Okay, so let's get into this. So for the weapon, obviously, we're using the MPS7 Outer Space. This weapon is incredible. The damage output is insane. We are not, like, our calibration is not correct. We're not optimized at all. You know, being on phase 2, we can't farm those mods, so I've just kind of had to put in whatever mods I had from last season. I wasn't really grinding the shock damage mods, so we're just kind of using what we've got. But even with just what we've got, this build is absolutely incredible. I will definitely be grinding to get this better. So obviously on the outer space, you probably want a heavy calibration with double elemental damage is probably what you want. Second weapon, we've got the bullseye, just for the debuff it gives. It's brilliant. Melee, who cares? You're never going to use melee. I don't know, maybe go stun button just to keep in style. So for the armor, we're going to be using One Piece Mayfly goggles. So this gives you Power Surge, Trigger Count +1, Power Surge damage -30%. So while you're taking a huge cut to the damage, overall you're doing a hell of a lot more because you're getting 2 counts every time you should be getting 1, which is massive. And then we're going 4-piece Shelterer set to get that juicy Deviant energy stacks. So as well as the normal 2 set +8 elemental damage. Each weapon hit grants 1 stack of Deviant energy. Every stack of energy grants +1 elemental damage. Effect can stack up to 20 times, up to 30 times with a 4 set. So that's just an easy 30% extra elemental damage. And for the One Piece, we're just going with the Bastille top. Weapon damage +10%. You know, it's not the best, but when you're using 1 set, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so onto the mods. So on the outer space, we are running Static Shock. So this gives Power Surge status duration -50%, but the Power Surge damage +20%. We don't care about the status. We just want that juicy damage. So we've got an okay rolled one here. Power Surge damage +3.6, damage against great ones, 4.8, very nice. Obviously, could be better. Accessories, I haven't really unlocked many accessories, so we're just using the attack hollow sight, infrared indicator, it's the magazine. We just want some stability while we're firing, that's all. And for the bullseye, we're running vulnerability amplifier, so just adds a vulnerability of 8%. It's free damage, you love it. So, onto the armor. So on the goggles, we're running Deviation Expert, so it gives range -25%, fire rate +10, status damage +20%. So that's just an easy flat 20%. The range we don't generally care about because there's no drop off in damage of the shock. Obviously the bullets are going to do less damage further away, but the actual shock effect doesn't care about range. So that's good. And obviously you want a talents version, giving you elemental damage bonus. In the mask, we're running Thunderclap. So after triggering Power Surge 20 times, the next hit summons a Celestial Thunder, shock damage of 200% PSI intensity. And again, we've got Power Surge damage up on this, which is nice. The Bastille top. On the top, there isn't, I mean, I suppose the best in slot is probably, there's a blue one that puts up your elemental damage if you want to run it. If not, just go with whatever. I've gone this, that when HP is above 60, kill recovers 15% because it keeps you nice and topped up. And again, you just want something with talents to give you that extra elemental damage. On the pants, we're using status amplification. talent, obviously. So when the mag is empty, status damage plus 10% for 12 seconds, and it can stack up to 3 times. That means whenever you're reloading, you're getting some more damage. And this one's quite nice. It's got a 6.4 on the elemental, which is very nice. On the gloves, it has to be elemental overload. It's just a flat 18% damage from the core effect. It's brilliant. And again, you want it with talents. And for the shoes, we're taking covered advance. It's probably like the best shoe mod you can get. Just if you don't take damage within 4 seconds, 20% extra damage all around. It's brilliant. And even though it's... So once it triggers after that 4 seconds, you get a 30-second duration of this effect. It doesn't matter if you get hit during that 30 seconds. It still stays. So, you know, pretty good. There is one thing that I may be grinding for, which is the new mods that come out from... Let me see if I've got one here. Violent. So there are new mods that come out of Prime Wars. I know I've got some on here. And they are resonance mods. So these resonance mods, which are the new ones, it's a new attribute effect. So this one, it's got deal 1 instance of weak spot damage, crit damage plus 0.4%, effect stacks up to 10 times, lasts for 8 seconds. And then there's another one there, deal 1 instance of weak spot damage, elemental damage, 0.8. The effect stacks up to 8 times. These could be very good. If you roll a mod with something you like, for example, 1 instance of weak spot damage, elemental damage, you're going to probably be aiming for the weak spot anyway. So if you can get some bonus elemental damage on that, that's amazing. So we're going to grind for some of these when more people are doing Prime Wars, and we're going to see how that goes. Hopefully, we'll make an update with how that goes. So on to the Cradle. So actually, quickly first, did you know that if you go to season info and season tag, each of the new servers actually have enhancement for certain keywords. So on my server, you get enhanced for unstable bomber, power surge, bullseye, and bounce. And this actually gives you new options in the Cradle. So we have automatic weapon enhancement, so damage plus 20% when holding SMGs. We've got anti-balance sniper rifles just to help against the balance enemies. Status enhancement after hitting a weak spot, status damage 25% for 3 seconds. That's always nice. Tactical combo, weapon damage plus 25% for 4 seconds after switching weapons or reloading. Deviation master, so when a deviation present, damage against great ones and elites 25%. So this is one of the new ones. So this is transient impact. So after defeating an enemy, power surge damage plus 25% and shock element damage plus 18% lasting for 15 seconds. So, you know, most bosses have some kind of mobs. You know, the dog has the little orbs. The giant one has the mobs he spawns. So you're going to get some mileage out of this. We're using Advantage Barrier, which is another new one. So after hitting a weak spot or reloading, it grants you a shield equal to 30% of your max HP. While the shield is active, weapon damage reduction plus 15%. So again, this is a new one, and another new one is Lone Walker. When fighting solo, medicine usage speed plus 35%, damage from monsters minus 30%, and when HP is below 30%, and damage to monsters plus 20%. So these two kind of you can do with whatever you want with. Obviously, if you're running in a group, change Lone Walker for side by side. When fighting in a team, armor durability loss speed and teammate resus speed. But yeah, these two are changeable to whatever you want. It's completely up to you. So now let me show you some damage on the dummy. Again, this is non-optimized. It's just what I have. We're using plain tungsten bullets. So if we just unload one into the body, you can see, you know, it's decent damage. Hitting the weak spots. Let's just wait for it to reset. Yeah, slamming the weak spot. Good damage. Again, if you put that vulnerability on and then go at it, I should probably wait for it to reset, shouldn't I? Let's wait for it to reset. Would help to have a full mag, wouldn't it? Yeah, as you can see, the number, like, you can get huge spikes. This is a very spiky build. And yeah, so that is the build. It's really good. I'll show you some gameplay of a silo run. If this has been helpful, don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, all that great stuff. You can catch me streaming on YouTube Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, 9:30 PM UK time. It'd be great to see you there. Take care, bye-bye, enjoy the footage.